AI feels a little bit like magic, doesn't it? Take, for example, Kona, an AI chatbot that answers my questions about coffee like an expert. But generative AI is not magic. It's easy to spin up a weekend project to tinker with AI. But for AI to make a transformative impact, AI engineering teams work very hard to make it safe, reliable, and cost effective. Hi, I'm Pratik Verma. I'm the founder and CEO of Okahu. We started Okahu to help AI engineers make AI safe and reliable for everyone. We make it simple and actionable to monitor AI workloads in production. Let's look at our chatbot Kona, and we can learn how to make it personal and responsive when there's lots of people asking it questions. We'll use a language model from OpenAI. We'll customize Kona with business logic coded with LangChain. We'll host a model in our cloud to personalize Kona with our data. Now, this is a fairly simple example, but it's a common one for an AI workload. As you use AI more and more across your business, this workload can get more complex. You've got lots of options for models and workflows and where to run them. Okahu observes all the apps and components that make up your AI workload to understand how they're working now and how to make them work better. Okahu observes all of the components in your AI workload, connects all of the observations to create a complete picture, and adds knowledge of your reliability, performance, or other goals to make it easy to understand what's happening and take action. Without Okahu, you either lose the big picture or spend lots of energy integrating monitoring tool because there are many different components in your AI workload and many different ways to monitor each of them. Without Okahu, you would need to collect, scrub, and stitch logs across the monitoring tools yourself. Let's see how Okahu works with an example. When someone asks Kona a question, Okahu is behind the scenes observing all the components and interactions that Kona relies on to answer this question. As lots of coffee drinkers ask Kona lots of questions, Okahu helps AI engineers responsible for Kona understand how well all the components are working. Let's look at what these engineers see in the Okahu portal. Inside the Okahu portal, you see all of the apps being observed. Here's Kona. Let's look at what Okahu has learned about Kona from the 400,000 traces that has captured that we can use to reduce latency, costs, errors, and improve quality. When we drill down into Kona, we see that Okahu has automatically discovered the components that Kona uses and how these components work together. The user's question is processed by workflow coded in LangChain that runs in Azure. And this workflow code uses a vector database and two models, one of which is self-hosted on NVIDIA Triton, and the other is a GPT model from OpenAI. As an engineer, I am able to quickly understand how Kona works from this picture. Let's see what we can learn about how well Kona is working. Here we see that Kona responds fairly quickly when it can, but fails more often than desired per our reliability targets. Let's look at how we can tell why it's behaving that way. We see here that in the last couple of days, model that processes user prompts is running slower than normal. And at the same time, GPUs on that Triton hosting this model are overused. Okahu gives us observations in plain English so that we can understand it easily. And the observations are connected across components so we can quickly understand where the problem lies. Let's look deeper at the Triton component to see what we can do about it. When we navigate to the Triton that's hosting that open source model, we learn that it's using Kubernetes compute hosted in Microsoft Azure. And depending on how much access you have given Okahu, we can learn a lot more about both the usage on Kubernetes and the usage on Azure. Based on the observations made by Okahu about this Triton instance, we see some recommendations about options for improving Kona based on our goals and the potential impacts of making that change. In this example, based on the observation about GPU overuse, we have the option of either increasing the GPUs if we care about performance more, or moving low priority batch jobs running on the same compute to an off-peak time if we care more about reducing costs. In summary, we saw how Okahu discovers what components make up your AI workload and how they work with each other, observes how the components run to determine what impacts reliability, performance, cost, or any other aspect of running AI that you care about, to help AI engineers, app developers, and IT leaders understand, is there a problem? And if so, what do you have to do to fix it? Change the code, change the model, or change where they run. Okahu makes it simple for you to proactively observe your AI workload, to understand how to make it work better without having to do custom integration or log analysis. Now, think about your AI workload. What observations or systems do you want to understand? To get a better idea of how AI observability can help you understand your AI workload better, try Okahu yourself. You can do that easily right from your GitHub code spaces with a sample chatbot we've created for you with OpenAI and LangChain. Go to Okahu on GitHub or our website www.okahu.ai to learn more.